Tonight, we explore one of the most mysterious events in modern history, the Dyatlov Pass incident. In February of 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition through the Ural Mountains in Soviet Russia. These were seasoned outdoorsmen, led by Igor Dyatlov, who had no reason to expect anything other than an exhilarating adventure. They had prepared well, and though the conditions were harsh, they were ready for it. But what they weren't ready for was the terrifying and still unexplained fate that awaited them. When the hikers didn't return as scheduled, search parties were sent out. After a grueling search in the snowy wilderness, rescuers made a disturbing discovery. The group's tent was found on the side of a slope, torn open from the inside. It was as if they had cut their way out in a panic, and they had fled, barefoot and without their coats, into the freezing cold of the night. Their bodies were eventually found scattered across the snow. But it wasn't the cold that killed them, at least not entirely. Some of the hikers showed signs of hypothermia, which wasn't unusual given the circumstances. But others? Their injuries were horrific. One had a fractured skull, while 2 others had severe chest trauma, injuries so powerful that forensic experts compared them to being in a car crash. Yet strangely, there were no external wounds, no signs of a struggle. Their bodies were battered from the inside, and no one could explain how. As investigators delved deeper, things only got weirder. Some of the bodies had inexplicable burns. One woman was missing her tongue, and traces of radiation were found on their clothes. These unsettling details sparked all kinds of theories about what really happened that night. The official Soviet investigation ruled that an unknown compelling force was responsible for the deaths. But that vague explanation left more questions than answers, and over the years, many theories have emerged. Some believe it was an avalanche that forced the hikers to flee. But if that were the case, why would the tent be found intact? And why the severe injuries without any sign of external impact? Others speculate that the group stumbled into a secret military experiment, perhaps involving high-frequency sound waves or radioactive weapons. This could explain the injuries, the strange behavior of fleeing barefoot into the snow, and the radiation found on some of their clothing. And then there are those who suggest something more paranormal, a yeti, or some unknown creature of the mountains that caused the terror and destruction. But none of these theories have been proven, and the mystery of Dyatlov Pass remains unsolved. What truly happened on that cold February night? Why would experienced hikers who knew the dangers of the wilderness abandon their tent in such a rush? And how could their injuries be so severe, yet so puzzling? The answers may have been buried with those 9 hikers, deep in the snow of the Ural Mountains. But until we know more, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most chilling and unexplained events in modern history. Thank you for joining us on the Creepy Archives. If you enjoyed this story and want to explore more unsolved mysteries, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.